What? What is Listet mail? Lister mail? Is that like Listerine? Listener.
List.
Hey, if you're watching us live, jump into the chat. Let us know you're here.
Yeah, this is now live. We have all of 0 viewers so far.
Look at these guys.
Oh, we got one.
Yeah, we got a viewer.
We got a viewer.
Who dis? Who is it?
Yeah, viewer. Get in the chat and let us know who you is and what you're drinking.
I'm guessing it's either Larry or Doug. I'm gonna go Doug.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going Doug.
I'm gonna go Larry.
Go Larry.
Yeah. Totes.
Larry sent a beautiful beer my way the other day. I'm waiting to drink it with my dad. But it's great. Larry's son is a brewer for Firestone Walker.
Oh, nice.
Really?
So he sent me home with like this anniversary ale with like a blend of like a whole bunch of different years. Super classy. Like it came in one of those like tall boxes, like a fancy scotch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who is it? Get in the chat. Let us know.
Okay, you guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh no, I'm not ready.
What if they're trying to? Oh, it's Doug. I knew it.
Ah, we win.
Hey, Doug.
Hola, Douglas. Buenos tardes. I got the sniffles. Let me get a. Oh, hold up. Don't start yet.
Okay.
Oh,
napkin.
jeez. Well, it's better than a roll of toilet paper, I guess.
Oh God.
Better than a normal hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I tell you what. I think if Doug's watching the show, I think we might have to go with Doug. I may have to redo the opening here. Hold on. Sound file. Riveting stuff right here, huh, Douglas? That's why everything. I was wondering why I thought my screen was looking too full.
Look at this sweet avocado-themed kitchen towel. I'm gonna just get snot all over this thing.
Great.
Well,
Douglas says the show is great so far.
We're gonna trim the fat before we post it, Douglas. I think we'll keep it. Who knows?
All right, let's see. I got that, and that. I got that. All right, you guys set?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
This is Douglas Trapasso, a.k.a. Chicago Pinot, and we like drinking. Welcome to the show.
At the sound of the tone, the official We Like Drinking time will be 5 o'clock. Commence consumption.
Thank you for joining us for the We Like Drinking Show, episode 73. In this episode, we'll be talking about wine theme parks, Wisconsin drunkards, and listener mail. So crack open your beer, uncork that wine, and let's get drinking. Oh, goodness. Welcome to the show, drinkers, listeners, viewers, panel members. We got them all tonight. Thank you for drinking along with us for episode 73. Now, before we get down with this podcast sickness, I want to remind our listeners to take a moment to seek us out on their favorite social media platforms and hit that follow button. That assumes that your favorite social media platform is either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And if not, well, what should we tell them, John?
Look us up on FaceTime.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so we're not on Tinder, like people
Yeah.
are trying to.
We're not on Snapchat. Well, we are. We just don't do anything with it. But John, I mean, if somebody doesn't do what we like, what do you normally tell them to do? Stop listening to the show.
Yeah, stop listening to the show. I mean, really, what's the point?
So, all right. So now that we've completed that purge, let's find out who we're drinking with tonight. He was a finalist in the 2013 Wine Blog Awards, and he's a certified California Sustainable Wine Growing Ambassador and the founder of the recently updated Stay Rad Wine blog. And he's got a new baby in his house any minute now. Jeff, the king of all wine, Solomon. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing fine. I'm so glad you pre-read these intros. You thought it was a joke, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, he really does have a baby coming any minute now.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, who knows? So if all of a sudden my phone starts buzzing, I'm just throwing down the headphones and running out of the room. You guys know the deal.
That would be better than someone ringing my doorbell at 10 o'clock at night. That would be awesome.
That was it. You know, maybe I can. All right, we're praying to the gods that the baby tries to come early. All right.
So where is Kara right now?
Kara is upstairs putting our other child to bed.
Right. So I like that you're anticipating that she's going to text you, as opposed to coming down and say,
Well,
Jeff,
she doesn't want to interrupt. Hey, babe. Hey, she knows the deal.
So wait a minute. No, shit, I don't. Do I even want to go there?
What?
But
Go
you know,
ahead.
if you're drinking your wine and she comes in and says my water broke, then you're going to paint the walls.
Sure. Yeah, I honestly, if it, 42 minutes into the show, we're gonna have to take a Uber to the hospital. So.
hey, just join.
About 42 minutes into the show, we're running the show to the hospital all the time anyway.
She can
Yes.
drive, right? Right?
Take the Uber, bring the phone, join from the phone, man.
Yeah, we are broadcasting live to YouTube right now. So, Douglas, thank you for listening. Is Larry in the chat yet?
We do have 2 viewers.
The second viewer, speak your names. We want to know who you are. We're gonna keep
That's
going.
right. And while
Oh, yeah.
what are you drinking?
Yeah. Okay. I got some samples. I don't know if you saw. I've been pretty active on Stay Rad. I'm nesting right now. That's what they call it. I'm nesting. So if you if you read or watched my Stay Rad stuff today, I was getting into some more of that Rias Baixas Albarino, but then also, while I was eating dinner tonight, I recorded another video. I've got some Castello di Amorosa Napa Valley Sangiovese from 2012. This is a $30 bottle of wine. It is a sample that they sent to me, and I got to tell you, I was not a fan of the castle in Napa, like 5 or 6 years ago. But I had a really quite a few very nice Chardonnays from them last year, and this Sangiovese is bringing it. It's got the dried cherry. It's got a little menthol tobacco leaf thing happening in it. It's there's a little touch of Merlot in there, so it's got this juiciness. It's weird. It has earthy sensibilities, but it's not that gritty, grimy Italian style Sangiovese. This is very much this is Napa Valley influence, right?
Very cool. Hey, while you were tasting that, we do have Larry joining us in the chat.
I see.
He's having some problems with the show, which, Larry, honestly, that may just be that you were listening to Jeff.
Oh, come on.
And it looks like that bottle's about half gone, Jeff, so we should be in for a good show tonight.
Oh my goodness! Hey, Larry! Before you get frustrated with the dropouts, throw a question in there. We wanna help you out on your beer and wine journey. You can help us out with the beer. We'll help you with the wine.
Right? I like that idea.
Dude,
All right,
he was drinking like a botanical brandy earlier today. So it's like gin, but you can't call it gin. But it's gin made with wine grapes.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
well, while we're all salivating over that, let's meet our other panelist. He's a member of the American Homebrewers Association and head brewer at Angry Goats Brewery, who is currently retiling his kitchen floor. Now, his wife isn't so happy with the design of the tile he chose, which is reptile.
Oh man.
Woo. Who writes this crap?
I'm sorry. You're very level-headed. I like that intro better.
John, how's it going? How'd you shoot today?
I shot a 92. I was taking my tee shots on my irons were great. I couldn't putt for crap. So if I could have putted,
right there.
no, I know. If I could have putted, I would have been in the low to mid 80s. I left a full 5 or 6 shots 2 inches short of the hole, and a couple just scooted by. So yeah. But that's what happens when you don't play for a month. 92 is not bad. That's
Hey, man.
that's my best round on that course.
Drive for show, putt for dough.
That's
That's
right.
the truth. That is the truth.
All right, my friend.
But those long drives are prettier than those 8-foot putts. Anyway, you get to watch them for longer.
My putt game is on fleek. You should see me at Neptune's Kingdom Mini Golf in Santa
I was
Cruz.
going to say,
I was gonna say,
here
yeah.
comes the mini golf joke. All right, so John, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I'm drinking our Howler IPA. Our IPA tends to run in the dank direction because I use Columbus as the base bittering hops. We do use Cascades, but I also use hops called Azaka in it. And I'm switching up the hop profile a little bit and switched out the finishing hops, which used to be Mount Hoods, which is kind of an American Fuggle type of variant, and using Mosaic. So it's going to even go more dank. So we got some pretty dank IPAs coming out.
Ooh, Mosaic. That's a dual hop. Dual purpose.
It can be. If it's not stored properly, it can be really like really farmy, barnish, dank animal type stuff. Even cat pee. So I mean, it can be really bad if you don't store it properly. So we have to be really careful about how we use it. Open the bag, and then I actually spray a little bit of CO2 into the container to purge the air out of it before I close it back up. So got to be careful with those.
Is there a high cumulus count?
Cohumulone.
What about Nimbostratus?
There was some Nimbostratus here in Costa Rica today, man. It freaking rained. It's been raining and raining and raining. In fact, I was out today, and there was frogs on the patio here at the house, and I was out catching frogs in a ravine before the show tonight.
That sounds like a biblical event just happened, dude.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, it's been raining hard, so anyway. Yeah, so
Awesome.
the beer's tasting pretty good, and the reversed osmosis that we're using to straighten the water thing out seems to be heading everything in the right direction. So that's I'm a happy brewer the last couple of weeks.
Very good. Glad to hear it. Now, my name is Jeff Eccles. I'm a certified specialist of wine, your host of these festivities, and I'm a bandwagon Sharks fan. You know what's funny, Jeff is
They're getting clobbered, right?
oh
We're
no,
live
man,
right now.
overtime, dude. OT.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
See, I don't even know. I am watching that crap.
So when the Sharks were first formed, I was a huge Sharks fan because I was like in the middle of Iowa, so there really wasn't a team for me that I could rally behind. So I was like, I think I'll start liking hockey, so I'll go with this brand new team. So I was a huge Sharks fan until I moved out here to Colorado.
Well,
So
that was like
20 years ago. Shut up. I don't want to hear about it.
Longer than that, bro.
Yeah, I know.
They were selling Sharks jerseys when Criss Cross was on the radio.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
And tonight, as the Sharks try to get this game win, I am drinking the Buena Vista Chardonnay from the Carneros region. This is a 2013 Chardonnay. Always a gamble when you go with these California Chards. You know, the label talked about how it was crisp and acidic and fruit. And, you know, I get some senses of fruit, but it's like fruit that's been wrapped in oak. So it's there, but just a little bit too much time on the oak. But that's the risk you take when you drink the Chardonnay, especially out of California. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was responding to Doug in the chat right now. He wants to know whether or not the Sharks were moved from somewhere else or an expansion team. They were an expansion team in like the mid-'90s. I was trying to like piece that together. But yeah, Chardonnay, bro.
Chardonnay. I'm drinking a Chardonnay tonight.
But so
that is right. They were an expansion team.
Yeah. So they recap. You're not overly excited with the Buena Vista Chardonnay?
It's just, you know, for my palate, I'm not a big fan of the big buttery oak.
And especially if you got like that beautiful Carneros fruit, like why are you trying to?
You know, it's because I can sense it. It's all there. Like I'm getting bits of the fruit. I'm getting bits of the acidity when I taste it, but it's just overly just oaked out. And it's not super terribly oaked, but it's enough. It just went a hair too far, and it just kind of hides the fruit too much.
Is Buena Vista, and maybe we need to look at some maps, or maybe, dude, Doug, hook us up in the chat, honestly. Buena Vista, is that a Carneros located winery, or are they more like a Napa winery that got some Carneros fruit? Because I think that might kind of, I can see how if you were like further up in the valley, that maybe you're just trying to make it the way that you make like your Napa Valley Chards, you know?
You know, I didn't look into this one at all. It is Carneros on label, so the fruit's got to be there. But Buena Vista is produced and bottled by Buena Vista Winery, St. Helena, California.
Yeah, so they're further north. You know, my guess is that they're just, man, that's a bummer.
They're trucking it in.
But I mean, it's not that far away. It's like a 20-minute drive. But I think they're just not really respecting the difference. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, why get some grapes from Chardonnay and Carneros? I would believe has to be a little bit pricier than Chardonnay. So. Like,
I mean, you know, that's tough to say because I mean,
the land in Napa Valley costs more. But oh man. That's a bummer.
Yeah,
that's a bummer. They're trying to be that cougar crack.
I think Go ahead.
It sounds like my sister would like it, and I'm not calling my sister a cougar. I'm saying she really likes the buttery Chardonnays. So
you know, and like I said, it's not. I bet a lot of people would like this one if they like the buttery stuff. I bet they would like this one if they like you and I do, the more acidic, the more clean, the more intense profile. I don't know how much they'd like this one.
Word.
But with that, hold on. Let me get this set up because you know what it's time for.
What is it?
I don't know. It's time for Boo Booze News, where we discuss interesting, noteworthy, or sometimes idiotic stories. Monsieur Salomon, the floor is yours.
Wait just a second. Well, just a second.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that music, I feel like you're gonna announce that there was like an earthquake or some sort of natural disaster somewhere.
Oh my goodness. Hey, so yeah, okay. Well, maybe some people would think this is a natural disaster. There's a new theme park in town, in the town of Bordeaux. It's a wine-themed theme park. There are no roller coasters, but there is a buttload of wine experiences that you can have. So recently, they just opened this thing up. It cost 80 million euros, so that's about 88 million US dollars. They opened up in the city of Bordeaux, La Cité du Vin. I think vin is how you say vin, right? If you want to be really French. It's 3.3 acres, and you look at the images of this building, and it's like Epcot Center melted and just kind of started to spill out into the river. It looks really cool. It's like a 10-story building right along what's the big river that runs through Bordeaux? Right along that thing, right? They're estimating they're going to get about 450,000 visitors a year, and at $22 a pop for like the cheapest ticket, and I'm certain like there's more stuff that you pay for as you get inside. I'd imagine that they're going to be making quite a bit of money off of this. There's 20 different themed areas, including like screenings of different like wine films. There's of course going to be a wine shop. There's going to be a whole bunch of experts there leading different tastings. They're going to be, this is the coolest part, they're right along the river, and they will actually put you on a water shuttle out to different vineyards throughout Bordeaux. Like, that sounds amazing. Like, just
that does sound amazing.
Jumping off, let's go right bank, let's go left bank. Like, that sounds friggin' awesome. They're going to have like a winemaking experience, which isn't necessarily anything that new. I know Wente and Livermore does something very similar to that as far as what I can tell. But you've got all these different things here. You've got signs in 3 different languages. You've got like those sticks with the speakers in where you walk around to different exhibits, and it speaks in 8 different languages, so you can guide yourself through this thing. It really seems like it is the wine connoisseur's dream of a theme park. Aside from the water trolley, though, there's one there's one problem.
Uh-oh. What's the problem?
It's in Bordeaux. Like, if I'm in Bordeaux, why don't I just go to all those different vineyards? You know what I mean? Like, so that's the one thing that strikes me odd, and yet, in the same respect, I think about, how did I really start getting into wine? And it was, as much as I, much love to the Gary V's of the world that really, helped kind of guide me in a certain direction. It was really because I don't live that far away from Napa. And my wife, when she was my girlfriend, said we should go wine tasting sometime. And driving up into wine country and just kind of checking out, all these different wineries helped a lot. And it really was things like the Napa Valley Visitors Center that's not even in Napa. It's like before you get to where they like grow grapes. Like, you're in friggin' Vallejo driving north. But like, it's stuff like that really helped me, when the first time I ever went wine tasting in Lodi, I went to the Lodi Visitors Center just to get an idea. So I can kind of see that how that could help quite a bit as well. What do you guys think?
Well, I gotta say, I got a few things to say that are totally off the subject. But
okay.
First, I want to welcome all of our hockey fans that just watched the Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the San Jose Sharks. in Game
Oh.
2 to take a commanding 2-0 lead in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. I also like from our Booze News new audio entry, Douglas. What did he say? Douglas says that it sounds like a new exit poll has just come out.
Oh man.
And with reference to this subject, Douglas also says that he remembers when the Bordeaux wine park was first announced, how intrigued he was, but it doesn't sound very French to me. That's what Doug said. I could hear the tone in his voice. And he says it sounds like Copia in Napa, which was a thing about 20 years ago, but Det did it in. Do you remember Copia at all, Jeff Solomon?
No, but 20
That's
years
how well it did.
20 years ago I was a junior in high school. Yeah. You
I'll
live
go
in
ahead.
those days, man.
Don't worry, Doug. I'll go ahead and boot him out of the room, right?
I was in a straight edge punk band, dude. If you even mentioned that you liked wine, I'd punch you in the face.
Would you
Take
hit me
a
over the
Sharpie, put an X on your hand so you couldn't get a drink at the bar.
So, John, what do you think? Do we take off, book a flight, head to
No,
Bordeaux to go to the
I just can't see me doing that. I mean, isn't it kind of, can't you get most of that experience in a lot of wineries anyway?
Yes.
I see what you're saying, but okay. So I'm especially looking at somebody that likes wine that's like, I want to go to Bordeaux, but I don't know where to begin. I got to tell you, like, even in a position where, people might ask me for wine advice or ask me about Bordeaux, if I just jumped on a plane and went to Bordeaux, I wouldn't know where to begin.
Don't they have wine tours? I mean,
They have all kinds of tours and excursions and everything else you can go to. Bordeaux is already kind of like a wine nerd's theme park as it is.
Okay.
I don't know if they actually need a theme park in the kind of theme park. Now, if they've got like all the game area set up, and they've got that like the water gun where you race to fill the balloon up, if they've got that and it's filled with some Bordeaux wine that I can like turn and just fire at my friend's mouth or something like that, then I think I'm down for it.
You know what
so
the
you got
game
some
is?
47 Lafite Rothschild coming out of the squirt guns?
Dude.
No, it'd be more like the 16 Plonk, but whatever. I mean,
No, I think it's more about like no joke. I worked at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk about 20 years ago. Yeah, summer between my junior and senior year, as well as my summer between my sophomore and junior year.
I thought you were in a straight edge punk band at that time, and now you're saying you worked on the beach?
I worked at the boardwalk, yeah. But like, one summer I was doing games, and there's this one where it's like, it's a little crate, and you've got like a wiffle ball, and all you gotta do is throw it into the crate, but the crate's at an angle, and it's friggin' I worked there like a friggin' 8, 9, 11-hour shift. I know there's child labor laws, but the Santa Cruz Seaside Company does not care. I don't care if you guys sue me right now. You're not even listening. It's just Doug and Larry right now. But what I will say is they had the hugest stuffed animals there. They had like these giant stuffed M&Ms that probably cost, if you wanted to buy it retail, it was probably like $90, but the boardwalk probably paid $40 for it. We maybe gave away one a week. And people were like playing every single day. So if you wanted to just throw up, some shipwreck champagne in there, go ahead and set up those games, man. Go ahead and do it. You will make your money back. They better have games.
They better. Guess your weight in wine. When you're waiting wine, that'd be another good one.
You know the secret to guess your weight? It costs you.
Let me guess. Like 20 years ago, you were also a weight guesser at a carnival. You did 2 months as a carny.
At the boardwalk, they have guess your weight. The trick is, and F you, Santa Cruz Seaside Company, you're a horrible employer. The trick is, you pay $2 for somebody to guess your weight. And that person, within 3 pounds either way, and that person is almost always wrong.
Yep.
But the prize that you just won was a 20-cent inflatable hammer.
Yep. You nothing in this row or in this row. Nothing over here.
You paid for the experience. But the best is when I did get it right, people are convinced that there's some secret, like, wait a second, why'd you have me stand right here before I got up on stage? There's a freak, you guys are cheaters. You guys are cheaters. And I just give them the hammer anyways. I go, here, you lost. Take the hammer anyway. I don't give a crap. People who go to theme parks just to play games all day long are probably the worst people in the world. Pay attention to your damn kids. You know what? The reason why that one kid fell into the gorilla pit is because her parents were trying to win a 20-cent stuffed hammer.
Oh, that's not funny. A beautiful animal lost its life because parents weren't watching their
It's
kid.
awful. That's what I'm saying. They're awful people all around. Everybody.
And it finally comes out that we knew all along that Solomon was a carny.
Listen, I'm a people person. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay.
Yeah, after he gets the weight, then he got buckets and he washed out the zipper from everybody puking in.
Man, it's kind of been a while since we had a bit of a Solomon rant.
I'm sorry, man. All of a sudden, all this.
Valerie Caruso just fell off her treadmill because she was so excited that Jeff Solomon. We got a Jeff's rant. That's like her favorite part of the show.
All this teen angst started like pouring back into my body. I just had a hot flash. Where am I?
It's the 20-year reunion episode apparently today. We're all living 20 years ago.
Is my baby here yet? What out?
I don't know. Check your phone. You got a text.
Yes. It was 6 to 9 pounds.
Check Facebook. Maybe Kara posted a picture.
It's a boy.
All right. Well, I'm guessing if you do go to the Bordeaux theme park, make sure you go to the game section to see if Jeff Solomon is working.
How do you say it?
Oh, you know what? They've got a special. They've got the special game there, though. They've got a special game there.
Which is
pin the whale testicles on the whale.
Oh.
Are they smoked whale testicles?
They are smoked whales.
I couldn't tell if there was a third one center there or not, so I just threw it in anyway. All right. Well, let's move on here to 247wallstreet.com. They put out an interesting article this week. They went out and found, and okay, let's take it for granted this is through surveys, so you know people lie drastically on these surveys, but there's some seems to be some truth in this one.
Hey, before you get into the results, I didn't know this. 247wallstreet.com. That sounds like such a legit news source, dude.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Oh man.
Yeah, completely vetted.
Let me guess. There's a bunch of like pictures of like girls with gigantic eyes and big booby cracks that have the secret to weight loss.
Chive. I don't know. In my entire life, I visited one page on 247 Wall Street.
Okay.
And it talked about finding the drunkest and driest cities in America. I haven't even touched the driest cities in America because I don't care. But I did check out the list of the drunkest cities in America. So they list the 20 top drunkest cities, and they do it through, like I said, they're asking people like how often they drink, how often they drink to excess, and some pretty interesting stats came out of this. Can you guess how many of the cities were in, let's just call it the upper Midwest? Let's call it above Oklahoma, east of Colorado, and west of Pennsylvania, in that section of the United States.
Well, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big section of the United States.
It is.
I don't know. I'm having trouble visualizing the map. To me, like Midwest is like Sacramento.
I would love to see Jeff Solomon draw a map. It would just be like California and then like a little nipple.
there's a little bit of like Nevada that's in there, and like Phoenix. Phoenix shows up on my map too.
All right.
How many cities are on this drunkest list?
20.
And how many you're asking are in a section north of Oklahoma, east of Colorado, and west of Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Like west of the eastern border of Pennsylvania? West of the western.
West of the
West
western.
and west. So Ohio. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, 12.
18.
Jeez. What?
Wow.
I know it's shocking. All right, and you guys already know it, so a lot of the listeners already said I know it as well. But out of the 20, 14 cities came from one single state, and that state they like their hot dishes done. Wisconsin blew up this list with 14 of the 20 drunkest cities in America coming from their state.
You know, I think it's kind of unfair to paint Wisconsinites as just rank drunkards and stuff like that. I've met a lot of Wisconsinites, and yeah, they're all drunkards. But I don't think we should paint with such a broad brush.
No, I can paint with that brush.
When they paint it themselves.
I mean, seriously? Okay, I'm playing around with. I know a little bit of geography. Look at the shape of Wisconsin. It's like the ugliest looking state.
Dude, it's like a mug of beer with a frothy head.
I always thought of it as like somebody that had some sort of scalp condition or something.
And that's basically it. That's a Wisconsinite. Hey, if you're in Wisconsin, don't listen to the show. Get out of here.
If you want to change your minds, send us a hot casserole.
Look. I mean, if you've been to Wisconsin in the winter, or in the fall, or in the spring, yeah, you're gonna be drinking. I mean,
seriously, have you tasted the cheese in Wisconsin? I'd be drinking too. Come on, that's some garbage. California.
Oh, jeez.
You think E40 drinks cheese from Wisconsin?
Have you ever had Wisconsin cheese?
Wait, yeah. Doesn't it come like in individual like wrappers? Like individual like slices?
No, I believe all that cheese does come from California.
Is Anheuser-Busch gonna sue like every cheese factory in Wisconsin that makes American cheese now that they make America?
They might. They might sue us for saying America. Who knows?
America, America,
America.
America, 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 America.
Sue me for what?
All right, so that, like,
No, Adrian.
there's
You got it. That was from Rocky 4, ladies and gentlemen. Rocky 4. No, Rocky 5? Which one? Which
was
one's
that
the one?
like,
The
was
one
that
with
the
Tommy
electric
Morrison. The
That
one with
was
Tommy
fine.
Morrison.
that was
Rocky
fine.
5. Oh, sue me for what?
So, out of the list, Sheboygan was on there. Green Bay was on there. No surprise. Madison, Wisconsin was on there. I'm surprised Madison, Wisconsin only came in at number 4, honestly. Number 1 was Appleton, Wisconsin. Appleton, Wisconsin.
Isn't that funny that the person who owns the bar where we have our brewery is from Appleton, Wisconsin?
Oh, is he really?
Yes.
Well,
It's
he's
all
got
coming together.
So, percentage of adults that drink to excess of all adults there, 26.8. Appleton, Wisconsin. Excellent work.
Good job, guys. Good job.
It's important to be good at something.
We're all reading what Doug just wrote.
Go ahead. Tell us what Doug wrote.
Oh, it's very good. I have this fear that Donald Trump and InBev will countersue each other over this American thing. Good call. Hey,
we're
did
going to make Budweiser great again.
Hey, if Donald Trump could do that, hell, I'd vote for him. If he could make Budweiser great again, that'd be a magic man right there.
So 28% of Appleton, Wisconsin is
26.8.
26.8% of Appleton, Wisconsinites are elementary school I thought I was going to make a funny joke, and then I just got all caught up.
Well, I want to clarify. So I need to ask a question. Is it Wisconsinites or Wisconsonians?
Wiscanates? Wiscanes?
Drunkards.
Yeah.
I also like that in
of Wisconsinites listen to the We Like Drinking podcast.
I also like that in Appleton, Wisconsin, for every 10,000 area residents, there are 4.4 drinking establishments. So, I mean, Appleton's like a place to go visit, I'm thinking.
The most bars...
Except that it's in Wisconsin.
The most bars per capita are on Catalina Island, just off of the coast of Long Beach, California.
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg just wrote in to tell me that.
Did he?
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah, Appleton only comes in 9th on that list. All right. Good Lord, we've gone way too long on this. All right, so that's... That's booze news for the night, folks. You're welcome. But now let's move it into Ask the Panel, where you get to ask us a question about wine or beer. As always, if you have a question you want answered, just email us at podcast@welikeDrinking. If you read your question on the air, you'll get some sweet stuff from us. So Terry from Utah asks, Father's Day is coming up, and we're getting the whole family together for a barbecue. The kids are all of age now, 28, 26, and 22, and I want to know what kinds of beer and wine I should serve. My husband likes stouts, I like any red wines, and the boys are always talking about craft beer.
Wow.
John, I think, fell off his chair, but he's waving to us that he's okay.
No, I was getting in a more comfortable position to read the question. And Terry, if you're in Utah and you want to know about what kind of beer and wine you should serve, you need to drive to Colorado. I I mean, seriously.
I mean, maybe she's got somebody that can get some contraband into her or something. Maybe she knows Smokey or the Bandit, and she's hoping.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a feeling like I feel like I've got this nailed down. Like I have the perfect answer. So I want you guys to go ahead and give your recommendations first, and then I am going to destroy everything you thought you knew about barbecues, and then I just took it to the next level.
Oh, is it? Are you going to take it to the level of your avocado salsa second place?
Look at this towel.
I know. You have a
Again.
towel for it, and you still can't win.
I cannot be held responsible for a voting public that isn't smart enough to know that my salsa is better. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
you know. I love that move where, like, everybody thinks that they're smart for voting for their candidate and everybody else is dumb. And so it's like, you know what I hate? Uninformed voters. And by uninformed, it means they're not voting for who I like. Anyways, that's how I feel about uninformed salsa voters.
All right.
Well,
Anyway.
Okay, no, to answer the question seriously, Terry, is, it depends, what do you mean by barbecue? Are you really using barbecue sauce, or are you just strictly cooking something on the grill? I will tell you that if your kids like craft beers, IPA goes great with chicken, but not barbecue chicken, but herb chicken on the grill. Something that's kind of an herb-based, like a rub and stuff like that. IPAs go fantastic with that. If you're talking about barbecue, like Southern style stuff, which it's like a ketchup-based thing, a stouts or a porter are going to go really nice with that. I wouldn't go brown ales because that's going to be sweet and then sweet. That would be kind of weird. But I would say porter, something to can cut through the barbecue sauce but complement it at the same time. So it depends what barbecue means to you. As far as the wine goes, I'll leave that up to you guys. But I just think that IPAs are the bomb with chicken. They really are.
Okay. Well, now I do have to jump in, right?
Hey,
Because
show us what's up, Jeff Solomon.
all right, I'm jumping in because friggin' John stole one of my beer recommendations, and so now I just need to make sure that Jeff doesn't take my wine recommendation. So, look, going to the beer thing, when I think barbecue, I think smoke. I think smoke, I think smoke, I think smoke. Regardless of the sauce, and granted, there are huge variations when you're talking like Memphis, when you're talking Kansas City, when you're talking Tejas, when you're talking California, there's gonna be differences when you talk about that sauce, right? But when you talk about barbecue, and even if you're just throwing something on the grill, there is always a component of smoke, man, because people love to ingest those carcinogens. So when I think about smoke and beer, I think about porters. Think about what people try to do with porters. Think about what people try to do when they talk about like doing like a coffee rubbed something that they then cook on the grill. Well, people do coffee porters, right? So to me, like a nice, clean, lighter style of porter, don't go get a smoked porter. Don't go get a coffee-infused porter. Just get like a nice, clean porter. Even like an English-style porter, even though barbecue is obviously the most American thing you can do, I think even an English-style porter is going to be kind of nice there. Now, when we talk about wine, I want to be very clear that there is a distinction. While you are barbecuing, and while you're eating the herb chicken, you can go Riesling or you can go Rosé, and it's just going to be perfect, right? But as the sun starts to set and as you start to eat those smoked meats, you get yourself a friggin' bomb Zinfandel. Get yourself several Zinfandels. Get yourself some like field blend based Zinfandels. Get like the Ridge Geyserville. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go get like some. There's a lot of like really good like Northern California urban wineries that source like these big time Zinfandel vineyards. I'm thinking of, I'm actually blanking right now. Rockwall is something that's jumping out at me. Carlisle is something that's jumping out at me in terms of like really awesome like Zinfandel producers that are really just like urban wineries like pulling Zinfandel from some great areas. I think that would be fantastic. JC Cellars does some really good Zinfandel. Rosenbloom is the one I was really thinking of. They got a lot of like single vineyard Zinfandels. I think that'd be great. But of course, dude, I'm such a Ridge fan. Like, dude, Ridge Geyserville, Ridge, come on, help me out. Ridge Geyserville and Ridge, God, you're just gonna let me hang there.
Compelling, right? This is compelling.
Ridge Geyserville and Lytton Springs, you SOB, man. I was throwing you a softball and you couldn't get it. It's Lytton Springs. Both those are gonna be amazing. Yeah. Go ahead, Jeff. You were going to say Zinfandel.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. If we're talking about if somebody says barbecue, what's the first thing that anybody is gonna say?
They say Zinfandel. I basically just Trevor storied that. You know, I just swung hard.
1 second.
Yeah, Trevor Story's like 0 for 3 tonight, by the way.
No,
he's 0 for his last 9.
Actually, so I really like where you guys went. Like now, John, would you say a session IPA would be a good idea to go with, especially?
Full blown. Something. If it's on the bottle, big West Coast IPA that's 45 plus IBUs, probably up to about 60. You get past that, it's going to blow away the food. But if you have anywhere in the mid 40s to the high 50s, low 60s, I think that's going to complement herbs really, really well because there's a lot of herbal components to IPA hops. So, and if not. If they don't use an herbal component in their hops, if they're using kind of a citrus-based hops with Cascades and Citra hops and Amarillos, then that citrus flavors with chicken are just that's off the charts. So it's a match made in heaven.
And
then again, that's for herb chicken, not barbecue chicken. I'm talking about grilled chicken with herbs.
And Douglas Trapasso wants to remind you that Ridge Three Valleys is really easy to find, and it's fantastic with barbecue, and that's going to run you like $20 to $25 depending on where you're at. Great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would definitely piggyback on some of the things you guys said. Jeff, you said start off with a Riesling or Rosé, transfer, rotate into the Zin. That's definitely a great call. Jeff, IPAs all day long. That is definitely a good call. Along the lines of the Rosé to start things off, man, get some frickin' bubbles in there is what I would say. Your IPA drinkers, your stout, your hubs may not be that big into it with the stouts, but I think if you like IPAs, I think even if you're a red wine drinker, I think you're still going to have, maybe go with a rosé, champagne, a Gruet, something along those lines, but something like that that's really going to liven up the festivity, let you know that this is a festive moment, this is a time to show some props to Dad, kick everything off the right way, have a couple bottles of it around because it's going to work all night long. Then
the acidity on those things works really well with that stuff.
Chicken, or if you've got like a summer salad, or if you've got a hot dish because you're drunken in Wisconsin, and so it's going to play well for everything. I really like John's IPA call. The concern you have there is the ABV. You're looking at 7, 8, 9% on a hot summer day. If it's a hot summer day, maybe start off with a pale ale or something like that if you're looking at the beer folks. But I agree with John is just let them have the IPAs. You got to have some. You got to get like a Russian Imperial Stout for your hubs. I mean, it's his day, and if he likes stouts, roll with some freaking super awesome stouts like a Russian Imperial or something like that. And but I'm gonna throw in there along with the Zin, Jeff, get some Oregon Pinot. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't stand up if you're going with a big heavy barbecue sauce or something like that. But if most things you're gonna grill, it's gonna stand up to it and it's gonna be freaking delicious. So those are my takes.
One more thing for the pre-gaming while you're grilling, while the sun's out, while you're when's Father's Day? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
Will the NBA Finals still be happening? You'll be celebrating a Warriors victory. E40's Mango Scotto is going to be on sale. Bay Area, man.
So there you go. There are our thoughts on it. Doug, if you can get your thoughts in real quick, we'll even tell the folks what Douglas Trapasso says. All right, Jeff, man, that's gonna be a fun Father's Day for you, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna be great.
You're just gonna be
changing diapers. Yeah.
It's relaxing. I love the part where it's like, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never had a kid, I feel like you do just to experience the time travel that's going to happen, but also like, the crazy explosive bowel movements. I love when you're like telling other people about it and the look on their face and you're like, I just went through something traumatic, and then somebody always comes back with, well, at least they don't smell in the beginning.
Yep. Oh, well, that seems like a perfect time to say, let's move into what's up. So what do you have your eyes on, or what do you have coming up? We know Jeff Solomon's got his eye on his phone. So John, what do you have your eyes on?
Well, we're seriously considering a bigger system. So when I'm back in the States at the end of this month, I will be headed off to Arizona to check out a couple of brewing systems, a 3 and a 5 barrel system that we can kind of graduate to, and it'll solve a couple of issues. Beer tastes best when it's aged in kegs, ready to serve, but it's in kegs before serving for a couple of weeks, so we can get ahead of production on that. Ease up my day a little bit as opposed to brewing twice, just brewing once, and maybe brewing 3 times a week as opposed to 6. And enlarging systems actually shortens your production time curve. Larger fermenters, larger volumes of beer ferment faster, and the exponential growth of yeast within a fermenter really kind of is really interesting in the changes from a smaller system to larger systems. So thankfully, going to be taking a look at some bigger systems to benefit us in a lot of ways. From my time commitment to the quality of the beer, it's going to be really interesting. So looking forward to visiting some folks in Tempe, Arizona when I'm back.
Cool.
You know what's up with me? Looking for a Douglas Trapasso recommended Australian Riesling for Father's Day barbecue. Can I admit something?
Yeah, go for
I
it.
didn't, I didn't even know they made Riesling in Australia.
What? Shut
They might. Fuck. Like, I thought they only made ice wine in
Central Otago.
So, no, that actually sounds pretty awesome. So I'm hearing really good body on the Australian Rieslings. Jeff's looking up Wikipedia Australian Riesling.
Sorry, guys. I gotta pause us for a second here.
All right.
Sorry, Doug.
Catching up a buffer.
No.
Well, we must have encroached upon Jeff's workday.
I was gonna say, like, did Kara go into labor and text you, Jeff?
That would be too freaking funny.
Oh man. Oh my god. Sorry, since we're on a timeout, I'm checking my phone. John, what the hell did you just, like, text to the members of We Like Drinking Podcast? Like, I can't even with, oh my god. But that's,
What?
Oh, you're breaking up bad now, Jeff.
okay, I'll just sit here and wait.
Yeah, someone ruined my day with that character earlier, so I just wanted to make sure I ruined your day
was
as
it
well.
that Trump one?
Hillary and Trump thing, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's rough. Am I back?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That might be
And
the grossest thing I've ever seen.
I'm just trying to figure out which orifice is which. Oh my lord.
Isn't that one of the most disgusting things you've ever seen in your life?
Oh man.
It's hard to envision who had the
Oh my lord.
the demented mind to create that.
You know what? Man. See, we can't speak this out loud, Douglas, because we don't know who else is watching or listening. If you want to see a really disturbing image, Douglas, just send me a message on Facebook. Just know that I don't understand it. It really disturbed me. I'm speechless right now. I'm very it's possible that John, by you sending that to us, like you committed some sort of felony.
It's a cartoon, so it can't be a felony.
Okay. Oh my.
And it's not. It's no.
Just it's not that bad, but it's just like weird. Oh man, that's weird.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
goodness.
a disturbing image.
Okay. Douglas, is it pronounced Puseyvale? Or Puseyvale? Pusey?
I think that's where that picture was taken.
Oh.
Yeah, good call, Doug. I will not send that to you. Like you don't even want to know. But you can imagine.
No, you can't. You can't even imagine until you see it.
It's pretty crazy. It involves two front runners. I'm pretty sure it's real.
Oh, unfortunately, it may be more real than. Yeah. Anyway.
So Pusey Vale, 2 words, Doug. I'm getting that correct? Yeah, I'll look that up. I can look it up right now.
I'm just about done, guys. I do apologize. Who knows how long the show is now?
What's that?
Who knows how long the show is now? I didn't take note of when we
Are
stopped.
we leaving this whole thing in?
No.
Douglas, should we leave the whole thing in?
No.
About Pusey Vale and then just. Okay. Pusey Vale Riesling, first thing to show up. All right. Single site, single varietal vineyard. Dang, I like it so far. He says, please take it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let's see here.
Sorry, Doug. I'm on pager this week at work, and work is
Paging.
paging.
Okay, so I know that man, I hate when I talk about new regions or new sites that I'm familiar with and just saying oh well, let's compare it to something else, Doug. But when I look at this Pusey Vale Riesling, and when I think about how you talked about the body, I mean, is it kind of like a Finger Lakes Riesling? If that's a starting point, does that sound like it's close? Doug, give us the name of the store in the chat. I think we're the only ones. Jeff, is there anybody else watching right now? Is Larry watching?
Nope.
Doug, give us the whole name of the store.
Whole Foods.
Oh, is that it?
I looked for 2 seconds. I don't know. I just saw it's a whole store, 2 words. So that's immediately.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a what store? Did you say Hodor?
Hodor.
Hodor.
All right, Doug, I'm definitely going to try some Aussie Riesling.
Okay. Sorry about that, gentlemen. That was some riveting podcasting right there.
Hey, so maybe when we cut in, let's just, I mean, because there's no way for us to sorry, hold up.
Uh-oh.
No, it's an alarm to remind me to take the trash out.
All right, we're back. And we're back.
That's awesome.
I was gonna say it'd be really funny if we had this whole time that was missed and we all come back in by all just having this really fake sitcom we're all laughing at something, and so it's it doesn't matter.
We just got it from your alarm to take the trash out. That's how we're coming back.
All right, hello, welcome back.
I have no idea where we were. We had some quote unquote technical difficulties. No. All right. So you want to come back with the laugh track? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Awesome.
That's a knee slapper. Slapping
Awesome.
knees.
That's funny as hell.
Ouch! All right, and I'll just say, for my What's Up, real quick, listeners, Douglas, I haven't seen you get entered yet. Visit welikedrinking.com/contest. Get yourself into the Vinebox giveaway. We're giving away 3 months of Wine by the Glass delivered straight to your door. Over $100 in wine shipped right to you. If you're in a state that they can ship to, that's the one. But visit that site, get entered. It's super easy. Name, email, answer one question, and you are in like Flynn. We'll be drawing the weekend of Father's Day when Terry in Utah will be drinking plenty of sparkling wine, Australian Riesling apparently, and IPAs. And let's see. Oh no! Look at the time.
Really? Last call.
Last call.
Time to clean house and lock the doors. Jeff Solomon.
Hey, hey guys. Oh, knee slapper. Hey, we have a lot of fun on the show, but we do keep ourselves busy outside of the show as well. So don't miss any of our information or updates by liking our Facebook page or following us on Instagram at We Like Drinking or on Twitter at We Like Drinking 1. That's We Like Drinking with the numeral 1.
That's right. And look, we know you have an opinion on the show. Douglas has given it to us 2 barrels all night. And most likely you've said or maybe yelled something at us while you've listened to the show today. We really need your help with iTunes reviews. We need to bump up the numbers. So just hit up iTunes, give us that 5-star, give us that 5-star. I said Douglas. Go
5
change
stars,
it in.
Douglas.
Go change it in. And if you're feeling extra into it, give us a written review. It really helps us out and would be a huge help to us. Don't you think, John?
Yep, it would be a huge help. And there's also our financial supporters, the folks that keep the lights on and help keep the show going. Those are our patrons, and it's really simple. If you receive any sort of fun, value, relief from your day from our show, and you want to help us out, in kind, visit the welikedrinking.com/pledge, and there's several pledge levels you can get into, starting at $1 an episode. So help us out if you feel like you're getting something from it.
Help us entertain you. That's all we're asking.
You put down $1, I will let you cut my child's umbilical cord.
And now, after all
I could just see that in the hospital room. Jeff, who is this guy? Oh, he's one of our patrons. He just started to contribute $1.37 to the show.
Now, encourage you to take one of those actions outside of the whole umbilical cord thing. It's time for another round of. Oh, I gotta find it. Wait, who subscribed? Where I take a quote from someone fictional or non-fictional and twist it around to relate to our podcast somehow. Okay, it's an oldie but a goodie. I think you guys might have a chance at this one. Okay, you ready?
Go for it.
You don't know how hard it is being a woman looking the way I do. You don't know how hard it is being a man looking at a woman looking the way you do. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way as I listen to the We Like Drinking podcast. All right.
Okay.
John, I bet you got this one, don't you?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, look at John.
You know what? So here's the wacky thing. I was thinking Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but then I'm like, I don't think Jeff was into that. I bet he was into that dumb movie Cool World. Remember Cool World, Jeff?
I thought you were going to say, 20 years ago, I was working in a movie theater when that movie came out.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is older than 20 years old. It's probably like 25, 30. Nah,
Yeah.
it's not 30. It's like 25.
It's like it's close.
Okay.
28 probably.
Sure. All right.
Moving on. Our panel characters like social media. In case our listeners want to find their favorite panel members online, where can they find you guys? John Ruyak.
Hey, you can find me on Untapped as Brewhack, and you can find me on Vivino as ABQ Wine Noob, and you can follow us on Angry Goats Brewery CR on Facebook. Yes, you can.
And don't forget Instagram.
Yeah, we're on Instagram too.
You can also
We're
find
up to
me on,
a lot of followers.
Which up to what?
A lot of followers.
Oh. You can also find me on Twitter, Vivino, and Untapped, all at Jeff Eccles. Jeff Solomon.
Hey, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JeffIsRad. I'm on Untapped at King of All Wine Media. And watch my Stay Rad Wine Blog TV videos on YouTube and StayRadWineblog.com. I even put up a video like today and another tomorrow. Unless the baby comes, then you're going to have to wait. Oh, yeah.
Just post it now. Just set it on a delay. You can also find the show notes for this episode with all the links and the stories we mentioned at welikedrinking.com/podcast. All right, panel. Let's take one last trip around the table and get some final thoughts before we shut off the lights. Jeff Solomon.
Hey, up until today, I never knew that umbilical cords was like a controversial thing, but apparently Jeff Eccles has tried to save all the umbilical cords.
I have no idea what you're talking about. John Ruyak.
1988, by the way, on Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yep.
So I was just, my final thoughts were Jeff Solomon. A lot of people take and plant trees over top of placentas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was
food
thinking
and
maybe you should plant some vines over the top of a placenta, and then you could make wine from grapes that were grown from.
You can finish your thought, John. Go for it.
I was
I'm
gonna
just saying.
I was gonna do a food and wine pairing with placenta and.
Oh, gee. Oh my God. Oh, some people really do weird out and prepare them for meals.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll say, folks, be sure to tune in next week as the gang drinks California common beer. And I have a feeling it's going to be quite an episode. And with that, I'll say thanks for joining us at the We Like Drinking podcast.
Where you'll never drink alone. Oh man, I did that left. I did that left-handed. It felt weird. I usually do that right-handed. It didn't feel the same.
Yeah, I saw. It
was like a stranger was doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, next week we all sit on our hands right before we do that. It'll be so crazy. We'll be like, whose fist is that, bro?
Oh. Wow.
We won't do that next week. 2 weeks from now.
Oh. Wow.
Douglas, you are awesome. Thank you for hanging.
Yeah, thanks for hanging all the way through that. That was a weird one.
You still got to download the show though.
Yeah. You don't get to not download. We need the numbers.
That's awesome though, Doug. I mean, seriously, congratulations on the gig. I hope you're enjoying it. And like we say, with the departments you're looking at, I can come see you in the morning because you got to get up to get down. So I can come get to see you for the coffee, come for you for lunch for the cheese, wrap it all up with the wine and beer.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. Enjoy
Thanks,
are
Doug.
you working? If you're working tonight, man, have a good night.